Alright guys, so let's do that. I'm gonna try to give those turbines as much steam as I can. I don't know if this is gonna work out better or worse or what the case, but we're gonna find out. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some coolant ports. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that I don't have any because, yeah, see, sometimes I keep stuff and forget about it, but I still need one more. Now what I'm going to do is, like I said before, I'm going to make the pressurize the ender conduit, ender fluid conduit, higher than the pressurized conduit. So ender fluid conduit, we need to make some vibrant alloy, and I need more, or I can use the pressurized fluid conduit and the vibrant alloy, so I don't need the fused quartz glass. That seems like a better idea to me because I don't have much fused quartz glass, and it's just one more step. So let's try that recipe. Those guys are like hard at work. Vibrant alloy. Okay. And then we need, that looks broken to me. And then I need binder. And I need pressurized fluid conduit. And network conduit. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. That's all the vibrant alloy I have, so if it's not enough, we're going, I don't think it is, because we're going to do it times 3 all the way over there. It's not going to be enough. Alright, where am I? I'm there. Let's dig a hole down this way. So when we come across it, we are not overshooting. I really need to make the armor because I need some night vision. I don't think I quite went down far enough over there. And the reason I'm going down so far is because I want to be able to leave a space between the cables. When I run them across, it's going to be a pain in the ass if I got to stop and right click every time. I guess we could share the cables. No, let's keep them separated. Keep them separated. Looks nicer. Alright, so we keep digging. That's what it is. Okay guys, so I think I've figured out what's going on with the reactor. Basically, like, we're at the 1,000 millibuckets per second. Excuse me. And we know that the pressurized fluid conduit does 1,000 millibuckets per second. So we need to get more water into the system. Now, like I said before, I set up these tanks, but I just wanted to try something real quick. Before we put more, before we run more pipes into this guy, because it's getting a little crazy with the amount of ports we're using. So if we don't need to use that more, then I'm going to try it not to. I'm just going to run I'm going to get rid of this old pressurized fluid conduit, and I'm going to run the ender conduit from the one tank and see if that helps out at all. So let's go ahead. I think I may even have to make more water collectors, more pumps. I have to make more pumps. Because I'm not even sure how much they're able to put out. So first things first, let's just put the pressurized fluid conduit. See what happens. There you go. So now the reactor is working off 1,450 millibuckets per second with an excess of steam. So that should be enough to run this guy. And this guy. So now let's turn this guy on. But he's not connected, so that won't work. My apologies. But he's definitely speeding up faster, so that's what it is, guys. The input definitely matters. And we still have like plenty of steam. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the other reactor cooling ports or water in here now. And if we need them later, we need them later. Let's connect the other turbines and we will take it from there. But at least now we know what's going on with that. Alright guys, let's bring this multi-part episode to an end. Finally finished. Seems like this took a very, very long time. After we built the bigger reactor, we started messing around with the turbine, and then we've got the 3 bigger turbines in here. And I just wanted to like recap on everything because I don't know about you, but I had a hard time keeping up with myself on this one. Just to wrap it all up in a nice, neat package, I just wanted to go through it from top to bottom one time because, yeah, it's been a lot of changing. Alright, so basically we built the bigger the bigger reactor, and the reason for that was because we wanted to run these big turbines in here. The problem we were having is once we did that, there wasn't enough steam between this guy here and the turbines in there. The reactor just couldn't keep up. So after we built the bigger reactor, we started playing around with the options and stuff like that, and we noticed that the steam reserves, a bigger reactor can handle more steam for sure. The other thing that we have to worry about is when it's processing the water and it's putting out the steam, we have to make sure that basically as fast as we pump the water in, is as fast as the reactor is going to put out steam. So we change all the conduits from, let me just get this out because I want you guys to see the numbers here. The numbers are definitely kind of important. So we had pressurized fluid conduit. This is 100 megabuckets per tick. Sorry, 1000 megabuckets per tick. And we switched it to ender fluid conduit, which does 6400 millibuckets per tick. Okay, so we went from 1000 to 6400, and our reactor capacity changed. Now this guy here is only reflecting what the turbines are using. Yeah, so 1792 isn't what the reactor can do, it's just what it's using at the time. So I've actually pulled out all these fuel rods. The only fuel rods we're really using are this guy at 100% and this guy at 60%. The rest of them are pulled out all the way. So our reactor can actually produce more steam faster. It's just we're trying to keep our case heating down, and we don't really need to use it. And the reason why it's getting hot is because we're not using all the steam. So that being said, we've got a huge bank of fuel rods to spin these big turbines in here. The turbines, the 3 turbines that are in that room off by themselves, they're separated, yeah? Here's the outputs. 1 turbine, 2 turbine, 3 turbines, and this guy here is feeding the little turbine there that powers the house. Now we've got 1 input for water, but we've switched out the pressurized fluid conduit for ender fluid conduit, and it's brought us from 1000 megabuckets per tick to 6000 megabuckets per tick. Okay, so I haven't added any more inputs, or sorry, I've added inputs, but I'm not using them. I'm only using the 1. We can always put more water into the reactor if we want to, but these guys here, these 3 that are feeding the other turbines into the room, I've kept it separated for a reason. I want to be able to monitor each individual turbine, and I don't want any cross interference from either one of the outputs. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add more coils to these turbines in here. Alright, so we've got our 4 rows of the platinum coils, and I haven't really turned these guys on and tweaked the settings, so this is it. We're going to try it together and we're going to see what happens. So we're at 1605, and I just want to go to the other guy, the first one, because I know that we're going to need at least what this guy is pushing. So we need 17, let's say 1790 per turbine. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's see what happens. So 17, we'll do an even number and put it at 90. We're going to do the same for this guy here. And the same for the last guy. Alright, so let's turn this on. And turn this on. And then turn this on. So you see we don't have the surplus of steam, so we're gonna have to go and change our reactor. So he's really low. The water is keeping up though, so we can most likely go ahead and raise this guy. Alright, so now we're using 2. And we're definitely making more steam. The cooling is still pretty good. So we can actually go ahead and add another fuel rod into the mix. Let's do this one at 50 and see what happens. Okay, so this big turbine here, everything, they're starting to all speed up, and basically I'm getting the same amount of RF per tick that I'm getting from the smaller one out of this huge turbine. Alright guys, so let's finish off our power episodes. The power generation. It seems like this has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. Yeah, it has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. When you start adjusting these turbines and stuff, it is a little crazy. How much what's going on there? It's a little crazy how much time they take. It's definitely not something, if you change one thing, you're gonna be at it for a little while. We've got our really big turbine here, and it's creating 16,000 RF, but now we know that we can use the titanium. Is it titanium or platinum? It's titanium. We can use the titanium. We'll get better results. This chart that I'm gonna put on the video below, it'll give you guys some numbers. Whoever actually like checks into it, it'll give you some numbers. Some of the numbers will actually be in red. Now I shouldn't have thrown those away. Those numbers in red, they're theoretic. They're impossible to achieve. Okay, so you're not going to be able to achieve them. From what I can tell, the turbine only takes 2,000 MB per tick. It's as much as it can take. So you're not going to be able to. You can stack the coils like this, but you're not going to be able to get those higher numbers. So I'm going to switch to, and actually, because I have this on desktop mode, I'm going to find the chart that has the numbers that I'm looking at, just so you guys actually see it in the video, and you don't have to click on the link. Let me just find it real quick. Alright guys, so here's the actual spreadsheet that I'm using, and if we go down, we actually see like these rated out numbers. You're not going to be able to achieve that much steam into the turbine as of this video. That might change later on, I don't know, but as of now you can't achieve it. So we're gonna have to, and I can't find tartarite in this mod pack or in Darium, so the next best thing would be titanium, and we're using less blades, and we're using a lot less coils. We're using a lot less coils to get the 19,000 RF per tick. It sucks that we can't achieve these higher numbers. I don't know why the coolant ports in the turbines, it doesn't like stack. So if you put like 2, it stacks to 2. I'm not sure why, but it is the way it is. So let's do the titanium. Let's do the 6 coils. Okay guys, so here's where these extra cooling ports come into play. I think, with the big reactor. Let me just get out of here. I'm like caught up in all these pipes. Okay, so I'm not bringing in enough water. I can only do 6,400 millibuckets per tick, and basically it's limited by the cable that I'm using. I could be going about this all wrong, but I'm using the Ender fluid conduit, 6,000 megabuckets per tick. So I'm kind of reaching the limit with my setup here. I need to get more water into the big reactor. I've set up 3 different tanks here. I'll just show you. So I've set up 3 different tanks here, and I'm just gonna plumb them into each individual coolant port and see if that helps with the big reactor. So I'm not sure if it will. It'll be a little bit of an experience for both of us. Okay, so now he's speeding up. That's good. That's what we want to see. And looks like we can put down the fuel rods, put down some more fuel rods anyways. 50% on that one. Alright, so he's got a little bit of, or more steady steam, I should say. What about these guys back here? Okay guys, so I've got this guy here set up, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coils. It's running at 100% efficiency with 2,000 megabuckets per second, and it's getting 18,000 RF. It's getting slower. It's gonna top out pretty soon. So 18.7 RF per tick at 100% efficiency with 1 more coil. And then I've got this guy here, and he's set up with 5 coils exactly, just like on the chart. Not 100% efficiency, topped at 2,000 megabuckets per second, and he's actually getting 18.8. So the smaller turbine wins over the bigger turbine at 100% efficiency with 1 more coil on it. And I'm just going to add another row of blades here to bring it to 100% efficiency, hopefully. And that's going to be it. That's what I'm going to go with, basically what the chart says. So I'll be right back. Alright, so we're at 99% efficiency with this setup, which should be fine. I'm happy with that. So that's pretty much it for the power section. That's our big upgrade. The next episodes, we're going to be getting into the actual matter and fabricator and scanner and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope I didn't get too confusing, because I was confused at times. I'm trying to kind of learn as I go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.